Hello again. So the Congress of Traditional Leaders of South Africa has reportedly embarked on what's being described as a national pilgrimage to basically save the ANC. A report in the Sunday World yesterday suggested that this would include reaching out to former leaders of the ANC to assist. Let's get more now. Bring in Contralesa's Kgosi Matupa Mokoena joining us on the SABC today. Good to have your time, Kgosi Matupa. First things first, this national pilgrimage to rescue the ANC. What exactly is it and what would it entail?
Leadership, thank you very much for this question. Firstly, I want to, on behalf of Contralesa, to say we were quoted out of context. We never said we want to go on a crusade campaign to rescue the ANC. All we said as Contralesa is that the country is on autopilot. We are meeting former presidents, former leaders, and so on, to ask a question as to whether are they aware that our country is going down the drain. We never said we want to rescue anyone. If people want to die their natural death, let be it. But as Contralesa, we're worried that our country, that so many people fought for justice and freedom in this country. It is now a laughingstock by the public. We used to be a role model as South Africa, but currently, really, it's a shamble. Now, you look at the question of corruption, look at the question of crime in our country. Now, the circus about the budget and many other things, you can tell that really something is not right here.
Right.
As Contralesa, we are meeting leaders to ask a question as to why are they folding their arms, looking at our country going down the drain.
And
That's
are
what
you
we're
meeting,
doing, leadership.
Are you meeting so strictly, I know you said you were misquoted over the weekend, but are the leaders that you're meeting with strictly from the ANC?
Leadership, we're meeting leadership in all spectrum, either political parties, ANC leadership, can it be former leaders of the struggle, can it be members in other political organizations, even from the PAC, from AZAPO, from all other organizations, we're going to meet them. There is a program now, as I'm talking to you, we're meeting as NWC to polish the program because we have to meet all these leaders, not only ANC leadership, but all leaders of our country who fought for freedom in this country. Because as Contralesa, as you are aware, we are apolitical. As very different members in our organization can belong to whatever party which we don't have a problem with.
Right.
But as Contralesa, we're going to meet all leaders who matters in the country because our country has become a laughingstock and we can't allow this to happen.
What do you think you'll be able to achieve as the Congress of Traditional Leaders that other people who've said the same or similar to what you are saying at this point about the state of the country have not been able to achieve?
The royal leadership of this country, because as I'm talking to you, we are also going to meet our kings and queens in the country. Members of the same political organization, some of them are afraid to tell the truth to the power, to talk truth to the power, because they are saving their skins. As Contralesa, as traditional leadership, there is nothing that we want. We just want stability in our country. We are not going to fail. We have started meeting our leadership here. We have started this afternoon. We are continuing, and we know that we're going to achieve this because all those we met already, they are also saying they didn't know who would be their savior. They were appreciating that at least as Contralesa, we said, no matter what, we're going to tell the truth and say, if people are messing up, we are going to confront them to say, hey, bro, you are messing up. I think it's high time that you step aside. It's high time where people must be told whether they're messing up because what we're seeing now, can you imagine the circus that we saw in Parliament, where members of Parliament celebrated when the framework was passed, ululating, clapping hands, and so on. The very same members of Parliament, when courts said no to the increase of VAT, the very same members were ululating, clapping hands, saying it's victory. What a circus. If you are a leader, you can't have your food, your bread and have it at the same time. And as Contralesa, we are sick and tired of some of the people who are just looking at their pockets. It's high time this country must be rescued from these corrupt leaders. And we are saying, in the ANC leadership, there are good leaders there. In the PAC, in AZAPO, you can say EFF, or whatever organization, or MK, there are some good leaders there. And there's no way we can just close our eyes and say, no, we're going to meet this particular group only. We're going to meet leaders who matters, who are having open mind, who are prepared to bite the bullet, my leader.
And just on that note, who have you met with and who have you sent requests to for meetings in terms of leaders?
For now, we have requested the meeting with our kings in the country, and they've accepted that we can come and meet them. We just met with the former Premier of Mpumalanga, the former Treasurer General of the ANC, Dr. Matthew Posa. We're meeting, for example, we're going to meet Tokyo Sowale. We're going to meet the former President Thabo Mbeki. We're going to meet the former Speaker, Baleka Mbete. We're going to meet the former Deputy President, Mlambo Nuka Pumzile, many others. They've accepted our call, and we're going to meet them and raise the questions to say, let's come with ideas where we can save and rescue our country from this mess.
It's interesting, Jose, at the beginning of our conversation, you said yours is not going to be an engagement focused solely on the ANC, but everyone you've met with is a former leader of the ANC. Does that then tell us your order of prioritization in this engagement, which you say is not party specific, that you've met only with former leaders of the ANC?
Leadership, we met the SACP already about 2 weeks back. We have arranged a meeting with the EFF. We're going to meet even leaders of the ANC, even MK. We have already extended our invitation to meet the former president, Jacob Zuma. It's not a secret. We're continuing, my leader. Even the PAC, we have already written a letter to the leader of PAC to say, as Contralesa, I want to meet them. We're going to meet people who matter, Hotot. We're not going to be selective here because our country, it's going down the drain, and we cannot watch and expect miracles to happen. It needs someone to stand up and say, the buck stops here. And I'm happy that even our kings, they said this is a good crusade that we're doing as Contralesa, and we are going to succeed, my leader. Watch the space. Code this day and underline it. We're going to win because as long as we don't ask for positions, we don't ask for favors, we just want our country to be stable again so that we're no more a laughing stock by the public. 2
quick ones, Jose. Your thoughts then on President Cyril Ramaphosa arriving in Washington tonight to meet with Donald Trump, the US president, on Wednesday. How much hope do you have riding on that visit? And then second part of my question is, how much faith does Contralesa have in the GNU in its current configuration?
Maybe let me start with the last one, Hototo. Leadership. This animal called GNU as Contralesa, we don't support it. We are so against it, I don't know how to put it. Because in the GNU, there are organizations who hate traditional leadership. There are parties in the GNU who said when governments are trying to give tools of trade to our kings, they are saying it's a waste of public money. So we're not going to be smart or smile with organizations who hate our leaders. Therefore, we are totally against this GNU. The sooner it goes or the sooner it collapses, the better. But as far as the visit by the president, we are keeping our fingers crossed to say we hope he is not going to be treated the way Zelensky was treated. We just hope Donald Trump will respect protocol and respect our president, because this president, unlike Zelensky, this one was elected by the people. We hope they're going to clear all the lies that were spread about our country and so on. Because you know, that when people are running from their country, claiming that they're being persecuted, They won't even push trolleys nicely to the airport and without being escorted by. They just went there freely. We just hope Donald Trump will wake up and smell the coffee and see that all that he was told was a lie, because no one is being persecuted in this country. No one was killed willy-nilly. Government, yes, there are some challenges in terms of crime in the country, but the lies that were given to Donald Trump is just unfortunate by some South Africans. When you look at them, some of them can see they're not farmers,
Okay.
they're not business people, they're just people who are just they want to go and taste how America feels, tastes. But as Contralesa, we're just keeping our fingers crossed. We hope the president will succeed.
Josi Machupa Mukwena from the Congress of Traditional Leaders in South Africa. Good to have your time on the SABC.